Rhode Island's restaurants will have to pay their sales taxes to the state tomorrow, but many of them have been without sales because of the coronavirus. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Nesbitt spoke with two Providence restaurant owners about what actions they would like to see Governor Raimondo take. He joins us now from the control room to explain.
Governor Raimondo says the deadline for restaurants will stay March 20th, but the restaurant owners I spoke with today wanted to take Governor Baker's lead next door. During Thursday's COVID-19 briefing, Governor Raimondo spoke about the common question she's getting of whether or not she'll move the deadline for restaurants to pay their sales and meal tax.
The answer is no. The deadline is tomorrow.
Not what Bob Burke, who owns Pot au Feu in Providence, wanted to hear.
I think those of us in the hospitality industry must figure that the governor, who can't even leave a little tiny tip for this industry to help us stay in business, really does not have her priorities in order.
He says that sales have dropped dramatically since dine-in services were called off Monday. Around the corner from him at Nick's on Westminster, it's been difficult since the spread of COVID-19 started in other countries, according to owner Derek Wagner.
For weeks now, it's been almost impossible, even before the quarantines and the don't leave the house.
The amounts due by Friday represent the taxes that businesses' customers paid during the month of February, according to the Rhode Island Division of Taxation. Governor Raimondo says that's why there's no reason to move the deadline.
This is for the sales tax that the customers have already paid and that you're holding in escrow. So remit it by the deadline tomorrow, please.
Wagner says that in a perfect world that would be the case, but that money in escrow has had to be used to cover other losses.
The first thing that always gets paid is the staff, and then the expenses that you need to operate to keep the doors open, and those get prioritized.
He says he understands the difficult decisions being put on the governor during the state of emergency, but that more needs to be done for restaurants to make sure they are able to stay open. Burke says the answer to the solution is next door in Massachusetts, where Governor Baker pushed the tax deadline for restaurants to June. Governor Raimondo says restaurants that are experiencing a hardship or need extra time should contact the Department of Taxation. From the control room, I'm Rob Nesbitt, Eyewitness News.